I'm going to just skip the news and go right into the topic of today, which is competition. All right, Jack Elliott on Yoyo Expert on the forum posted some really good tips and tricks about what we should actually consider and keep in mind when going to a contest and everything. And Jumper knows, because Jumper is a judge. Turn around, you have a judge. Yeah. But yeah, for those of the viewers that don't know you yet, and that can only be very few, how about you give a short introduction of yourself?
Yeah, my name is Jumper for those who don't know me yet. So I'm running the German national yo-yo contest since 2000, and we're running the Team Yo-Yo Maniacs website for like 1997, so quite some time.
All right, cool. And you're also a judge, right? So
yes.
You're judging contests since when? What's that again?
Since 2000.
Okay,
also
cool.
14 years now, yeah.
All right, cool. You also not only judged on a local or national level, but also on the international level, right? So you judged at Worlds?
Yes, I was a judge this year at Worlds at several divisions. I did an evaluation part, and other contests I have been judging French nationals, Italian nationals, couple of times Swiss nationals when they still existed.
Okay.
So, and a lot of other contests.
Cool. So quite some experience under your belt. As said, there was a discussion on Yoyo Expert. Jake Elliott put together some tips and tricks, and I would like to go through them with you, and maybe you give some comments about if it makes sense or not. Well, they all make sense. So, well, just a personal view on things. So, first thing, a good trick that you can't hit consistently is not a good trick to use on stage.
That's correctly. If you have such a risky trick, which you hit like only every second or third time, leave it away, because if you make a mess, it costs you time, and time is the most precious thing what you have on stage. You have only 3 minutes, and if you're just losing time, not only of the minus points, but just losing time not to make plus points, you're really in trouble.
Right. Speaking of minus points, mistakes cost you double, he says. Can you tell a little bit about the current judging system and how to get points and everything?
Yeah, of course we have, for Worlds for example, we have like 60% for technical stuff. We use clickers with plus and minus points.
All right.
And then we have 40% for evaluation, which is divided in several sections where you get like variation, showmanship, and a lot of other stuff. Judge.
All right.
And, oh, you have tickets.
Yeah, I have a clicker here. And let's see if I can get a switch to the other camera. Is it working? Yes, I'm getting thumbs up. So this is a clicker, and you keep clicking minus and plus points. If you can go back to the other camera. Okay, cool. Yes, so that's a clicker.
Yeah, the question, it costs you double.
It costs you double.
You get minus points, and in the same time you get no plus points. So,
right.
And for the new rules that we use this year on Worlds and also on UYC, it is you get for changing a yo-yo or for rewinding the yo-yo, you get major deductions.
Okay.
And these are calculated at the very, very end of the process. So maybe a yo-yo change costs you, like in a tight competition, it costs you maybe 2 places or something. It could be,
right.
Yeah.
Okay, because that is the other point that Jake is making here. Never switch yo-yos unless you absolutely have to. Now we know why.
It's a good point. Sometimes if you really
if there's a knot,
if there's a knot,
right,
or the yo-yo is not working that proper, maybe you should change it, and you don't have to waste like half a minute to unwind the yo-yo. That will cost you even more. So you have to make the right decision as soon as you can do it. Yeah.
All right. learn how to push or snap start your yo-yos. I guess that's a pretty good one as well, because they stall, and if you stand on stage and you do the manual wind, it kind of looks unprofessional, and it costs you a lot of time, right?
Yeah, right. It costs you a lot of time. If you just can quick start it some way, it's the best thing.
Yeah, right. Read the rules of the contest, of the competition. Also with the music, I remember there was one instance, unfortunately even from a German player, who got disqualified because he used inappropriate music on stage, right?
Yeah, that was Marco on World Yoyo contest in 5A. The music was not appropriate enough, so we had to disqualify him afterwards. Same happened to a little girl from France, Chloe.
Really?
Her English is not as good as it should be for that song thing.
Okay.
So she just didn't know. But yeah, that's the rules. And for other rules, really, you have to read for every contest the rules. Sometimes they tell you, please wear black shirts. So if the judges cannot see your tricks, then you get no points.
Right. The clothing part is not covered by Jake. Why should I wear black clothes? It's not a funeral, is it? So
it's not a funeral, but you should make a contrast to the string, to the yo-yo. If you wear, we have here at German Nationals, we have a black background.
Right.
If you have now black clothes on, black string, black yo-yo, 10 meters away, nobody sees what you're doing, and the judges cannot judge you. So wear something like dark. It can always be blue or something. But use a bright string, yellow, orange, and use a yo-yo that is very visible. So.
All right. By the way, I just noticed the trophies here. Did we have trophies in the past before?
Yes, of course we had trophies. We have trophies.
Like
everywhere.
cool those.
These are those? New ones. Yeah.
Where's
You have one disadvantage actually. You cannot drink out of them. But,
well, good job, Jumper, for reinforcing the old stereotype that Germans are always drinking. Thank you for that.
No, it's an old stereotype that yo-yo players are.
All right, onto the list. Study your tricks and find places you're likely to mess up, and learn how to get out of the mess up. That's a good one as well. We saw that, or I noticed that with Carlos at his final performance. He kind of had this risky part in the middle that he unfortunately messed up a little bit, and then he just had to wait until he could finally get back into the move of his or groove of his sound, and therefore losing a lot of time and therefore a lot of points, right?
Yeah, right. You have to check out if you have like special risky tricks where you cannot just get back into the combination. You have to choose a little in-between combination just for the moment where you make the mistake.
Right.
Or you have to, otherwise you just wait, stay on stage, losing time, losing point.
Okay.
Yeah. But you have to check out how risky can you get, because if you only do like easier tricks which have not high risk, also your points getting lower. So it's if you hit that routine, then you're good. If not, it causes you a lot of trouble.
All in.
All in. Yeah.
All in. All right. And the next 2 points are basically kind of combination. Wash your hands 10 minutes before you go on stage, and if you have sweaty hands, use gloves or deodorant spray.
Wash your hands. That's a good point. Actually, for the sweaty hands, baby powder is also nice to go. But you have to use it carefully, otherwise you go on stage with the black clothes and have everywhere white dots. So yeah.
All right. Take preferably 3 of the same yo-yos on stage. Now this has been debated on and off. How many yo-yos should I actually take on stage? What is your take on that? What do you think?
How many as you really need. So it costs you nothing extra to have an extra spare yo-yo here. But if you run really out of spare yo-yos, your freestyle is just over. You cannot, even if the audience puts your yo-yos back on stage, you cannot use them anymore.
Okay.
It is like, only then minus points are counted, not the plus points anymore.
Right.
We had an issue on this today on German Nationals.
Okay. Wow. Keep your yo-yos well maintained and put in new pairs of pads, string, etc. And there's a little guy walking right through. See, that's what happens when you do a live show on stage here in Leipzig. Everybody just walks around, which is cool because, you know, people want to experience the whole thing. Anyway, so well-maintained yo-yos and stuff. And we've been debating that in the German Yo-Yo Association members meeting, right? The risk of yo-yos snapping off and flying into the audience even.
Yeah, check your yo-yos every time. Put on new strings and throw them a few times. Sometimes even strings are, you buy them in hundreds, 99 of them are okay, one is not.
Yeah.
I had these things by myself when I was doing shows. Put on a new string and it directly breaks. You're thinking like, what? Okay.
Yeah.
Could be, it's sometimes a failure in the string manufacturing, but if you show it a little, you can be pretty sure that they should.
That it's fine,
okay.
yeah. Flying off yo-yos is also a thing we debated because of the rule, the international rule, that you get automatically disqualified. Isn't that the case?
You get automatically disqualified if the yo-yo is flying into the audience.
Okay.
If it is flying like on the backdrop of it, it costs you a lot of minus point. It's a major reduction of 5 as far as I remember, which is huge. And yeah. So,
yeah.
This is not going to happen to you.
Well, you guys, the judges sit front and center at every contest, and sometimes I imagine with these powerful thrown horizontal tricks, I'm in the back, I don't really care, but if that string really snaps, what are you going to do then in the front row?
Bleeding and going to the hospital.
Yeah,
it could be really harmful. That's because why we have the rule with disqualification. You can like, if you know as a player, you can get disqualified if my yo-yo is flying in the audience. Maybe you throw your horizontal throw not directly to the audience side, sort more to the sides of the stages. Then you minimize the risk. So.
Okay, yeah. All right, so that is good advice, and also it will take care of girls walking through the camera. It will also take care of our lovely judges here and make sure that they don't get hurt. All right, yeah, that's a good one. Almost the last one, second to last. If you're not an experienced competitor, don't improvise. Do the tricks that you've prepared for your routine and stick to them.
Yeah, really you have to train your routine a lot of times at home. Sometimes people send me the music like 2 days before the contest and said, I just had chosen it. So yeah, if you really are training your routine, you get more and more confident with it, and then you know due to practice if there is a point where you can get back into routine if you have a mistake or something like that.
All right.
It's really about practice, practice, practice. I guess for a national contest you will hear your song at least 100 times at home.
Yeah.
You know every beat of it. Yeah.
All right, cool. So that shows us once again winning a contest is hard work actually. The last tip is probably a good one, or one of the best, like hope for the best but prepare for the worst. Anything can go wrong, but everything can go right, and then you can be the hero of the day and take one of those lovely trophies away with you and win a championship. Anything to add from your side, contest-wise, from a judge perspective?
Yeah, make sure that you don't turn away from the audience. Sometimes people are playing their tricks and they turn around, and as a judge you just see the back of a person staying on stage and you don't know what he's doing on the other side. So you just cannot judge it. You don't see it, you cannot judge it.
Right, that's a good one as well. All right, okay, Jumper, thank you very much for this insight. This sort of like the backstage look on competition. With that, you may go wherever you have to go now. Do you have to check with the other judges who will win?
Check some issues with the other judges before we can announce the results in like 20
Do you know
minutes.
already who won?
I have some guesses on some divisions, but other divisions are really tight. So, and it's always as a judge you have your point of view. You know what you had been judging, but you don't know what the other guys have. Okay. That's why we are not one judge, but always several. Cool. And also then we have minus points, plus points, and even the show part. Yeah. Don't underestimate the show part. That's maybe some more. If you just stand there, you get very few show points, and it's easy just to smile, make a little more stage presence. It, in a tight competition, raises you up a little more.
Absolutely. Cool. All right, well, thanks, Jumper. Thanks for watching this video. Please like it and also leave a comment. Make sure to subscribe to the channel where you can find the full Throwlicious live episode of this video. And check out the other clips and episodes there as well. Finally, get more information about the show and the Spin Central channel on Facebook, Twitter and Ask.fm. I always love to hear from viewers what they think of the show, so don't be a stranger and stay in touch. Thank you.